What up folks, Graphics Rogue here and welcome to Uploaded. So, CA recently released a new video on their YouTube channel called the Empire Campaign Walkthrough. It's about Total War Warhammer, and I thought I'd check it out, give a look over, gleam, see if I can glean some new information, some new details out of this whole shabazzle. See if we can see if this Warhammer game is going down the right road, the road of glorious glory. Or the glorious, inglorious road of inglorious poop. The poop road, as I call it. We're gonna see if it goes down the poop road. So first thing we get is a big mouthful of the world map. My first time seeing this thing. It looks like just a big landmass. I see a few little ocean areas, but it doesn't look like there's gonna be much water in this game. Not gonna be much naval stuff. There might not be any naval battles in this game, which I'm okay with if it fits. I mean, they are pretty much replacing it with magical stuff and flying mounts and all that stuff. I guess it doesn't really need water. This is a whole new world, a whole new continent. And I can understand if it doesn't use a whole lot of naval stuff. It doesn't really need to. This is mostly land, it looks like. And already from this map, I can see the Attila influences. The whole map just screams Attila to me, which is very good. It becomes clear that this game is built on the bones of Attila, which is a very good thing, because Attila was very good. And then the guy goes in to talk about what faction he's playing. He's playing the Empire, and they've taken a few provinces, and he goes to talk about the other factions. I like that he talks about a vampire faction. I haven't really paying attention to all the faction reveals, because like none of it really means a whole lot to me. The rat faction, or whatever the fuck they were, I don't know. I don't know much of anything actually of Warhammer. So this is going to be a good jumping off point to really get me into a knowledgeable position about Warhammer. It's gonna help me learn a lot about Warhammer. I just know this game will, because I want to get this game, and not just because I have a channel and I want to show Warhammer stuff on my channel, but from the stuff I've been seeing, I am legitimately interested in this game now. The magic stuff looks really cool. The mounting of fucking dragons and stuff, that seems very interesting to me. And I'm very interested to see how they're gonna pull all this magical and flying stuff off. And there's gonna be weird magical super weapons, and I don't know how they're gonna translate some of this stuff into Total War, and I'm very interested to see how they're gonna do that. I just wish it was done with a franchise I know, but you know, it's kind of nitpicky, I suppose. I mean, a lot of people know everything about Warhammer and know nothing about Lord of the Rings or nothing about Elder Scrolls, and I get that. But games in the past have gotten me into franchises, and maybe this one will too. They then go into a close shot of the campaign map itself. The map looks pretty cool. I like the mountains, I like all the forests. These cities are these big jutting castles, and they look pretty cool. Kind of a little bit more reminiscent of Rome 1, Medieval 2, where it's just a single little castle or city just sitting there. It doesn't look like this sprawling thing that Rome 2 and Attila turned into. And it all looks nice. It all looks pretty cool. And then he pulls out of the castle the man himself, Karl Franz, and the first thing I notice is, my, what a fancy hat you have, sir. What a fancy hat you have. And the second thing I know is fucking Pegasus! He's riding a fucking Pegasus, do you see that? That's cool, I love that. I really hope you can change mounts like on the fly. Like some battles I want to ride a Pegasus, some battles I want to ride a dragon. I hope Karl Franz can ride a dragon. I hope dragons aren't relegated to certain factions. I want Karl Franz to be able to ride whatever the fuck he wants to ride, because he's a sick OG Emperor and that's what he wants to do. We see the rest of his army. He's got horses, he's got gunners. We're gonna have guns in this game. We got pikes, great swords, and it's all gonna be cool. It looks cool. You also get a good look at the UI, and yeah, oh, you can really see the Attila in this UI. It's all over the place. Yeah, they just reskinned and moved a few things around. It's very Total War. You can see the Total War seeping out of this game. Yeah, this is a Total War game first, and a Warhammer game second, I'm starting to believe. He goes to talk about how he's got characters equipped with epic gear, and I guess that could be like the equivalent of ancillaries and traits. But I guess that goes a little more into the role-playing magic kind of thing. There's probably epic gears for protection of magic and to make your sword swing stronger and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. He goes into the skills tab of the character, and yeah, there are skill tabs in the other Total War games too, but this one, it's a little different. And from what I can tell from other things, it seems like different characters are going to have different kind of skill trees to go from. Like some will be more for fighting, some will be more for magic, and you can choose just to go down one line and just make Karl Franz just a crazy inspirational leader and nothing else, and that could be the way you roleplay it. Maybe he's not a fighter. Maybe Karl Franz is not a fighter. He's just a dandy man to you, and you just want to make him very inspiring. And looking at the Warhorse skills part of the tree, I'm thinking maybe you can't switch out mounts. It looks like it's an upgradable thing. You start with a Warhorse, you go Imperial Pegasus, the next one kind of looks like a Griffin, I think. I don't like that. That makes me sad. I wanted to be able to switch out mounts, but it looks like it's an upgradable thing. You upgrade from Pegasus to maybe Dragon or whatever. We'll see what he ends out. We'll see what the last mount is for him. Better be a dragon, I swear to God. Swear to Bob Almighty. Better be a dragon. And then we see he goes to the officers tab, which actually kind of reminds me more of Shogun 2 than it does Attila. And from what he says, that you can only make certain lords and legendary lords into different titles. And I love titles. I love these kind of title things. It really helps with the role playing. I love giving certain characters you really like certain titles, and you can change them around whenever you want. So this is pretty cool. I'm not sure if there's a family tree in this game. I don't mind 100% if there's not a family tree in this game, because it's a completely different world, completely different system. I do mind if there's not a family tree in Rome 2, but I don't mind if there's not one here. I'm okay with just the offices. And we got Karl Franz, he's the Emperor because he's the Emperor, so you can't take a character and name him Jimmy the Bean and make him the Emperor, which I would love to do, by the way. I would love to make a character called Buttface McGee and just make him the Emperor. Oh, that's another thing from they show in the video, like, you can rename your guys. If you give somebody a title, his title shows up on his name, and you can rename him. You can rename him whatever you want. You can name him Poop Face Tabernacle. It's like, oh god, it's great. It's fantastic. A lot of people are gonna have a lot of fun with that. I know I am. Oh man, not too much fun though. I don't want the lore to be completely broken. I don't want everyone to be named Vagina Face or whatever. Only a few. Only the worthy get that honor. Glorious Knight Dugansprots. Legendary Lord Pootie-Tang. Your time is coming. And we get a look at the technology tree. That's fine. It's just another little spin on the technology tree we had in Total War. This is a Total War game. They're not changing up too much. They're just reskinning some things, flipping a few things around. This is just the Warhammer version of the new technology tree. And let's see what kind of technologies they have. They have fishing boats. Oh, great. A little bit of Imperial Harbor. So there will be some ship stuff. But I'm not sure if that means there'll actually be ship battles. Maybe it's just little background things to help you make money and whatnot. We got Engineer's Workshop. You can work on guns, firing drills, and all that. The Menagerie. You got the Inner Circle. The Nightly Preceptors. That's cool. Barracks. Found the livery. Trying to look for some kind of the Temple of Sigma, that's it. Divine Sanction, Ancestral Writ, Purge Dark Cults. Yeah, I was looking for the magic stuff. Oh yeah, the magic stuff is going to be real interesting in this game. And then he goes to give you a good look at the province tabs and the building browsers and the whole UI system. You can really see, yeah, oh look at all that Attila. Yeah, they really built on the bones of Attila, and that's fantastic because Attila was fantastic, and they're just, yeah, this game, I'm pretty sure this game's not going to be complete garbage. I'm not sure how good it'll be, but I'm pretty sure it's working off the bones of Attila. It's got to step up right there. I don't think it's going to come out the gate a complete failure. But I don't know, we were wrong before. And of course he travels the map to find a character called Balthazar Gelt facing off with Fator Death Metal. Oh yeah, they have fun with the names in this game, and we're gonna have fun with the names. Everyone's gonna have fun with all the names. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. I can't wait till Fator Death Metal to come walking up to the gates of my castle. Yo, come on in! Join us, Fator Death Metal, for a brew! That'll be great. I will do anything to bribe him to get on my team. There's all the Slipknot you would want, and here come Fator. And then it shows the skill tree of Balthazar, and yeah, he's more leaning toward magic. He's got the Searing Doom, the Plague of Rust, the Genna's Golden Hounds. Oh, is that magical dogs popping out of your nuts? That's great. That sounds fantastic. Oh, we're gonna see how that magic stuff he really got. He's probably stays in the background. He probably. I wonder if his magic goes over the head of your other units. I wonder if his magic. I wonder if I can sit him in the back lines like an archer and just shoot magic over my other lines' heads. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then he moves over to areas conquered by vampire factions, and it looks like the vampire factions are destroying the trees and stuff, and that's pretty cool. If the vampire faction conquers a green, lush imperial province, then that whole province turns dark and gritty and just vampiric. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool little addition there. You would think a similar thing would happen if an orc took over a region. I'll bet when orcs take over regions, everything just looks dirty and whatnot. The ultimate clean, good faction that the game is probably trying to depict is the Empire. The Empire is probably supposed to be the good guys, and everything's clean and not filthy, vampire-y, and orky. Ugh. They're the guys who you want to be in. It looks like they're trying to push that lore. And then he goes to a part where he starts to send the spies to explore the Chaos Wastes, which Chaos seems to be some kind of element or whatever, and it's destroying the lands, turning everything into basically Mordor, just turning the whole land into Mordor. Got volcano, lava popping out of nowhere. It's got a big magical ball in the middle of Fort Ostrock. It looks like, I don't know what's going on there, but it looks crazy. The north does not look safe, but I'll be happy to conquer it anyway. I'll take that lava land. Thank you very much. You know what? I've been hearing rumors that really disappoint me and really kind of make me mad and sad that you won't be able to conquer every region. Like, you can only conquer certain regions from certain factions. Otherwise, you're only allowed to loot them. And that sounds really shitty and dumb and boring, and wow, I can't believe they're limiting what you can conquer. Apparently, like, maybe you can't conquer some orc settlements, maybe? I hope that's just a rumor. I hope it's a little more nuanced than that. I hope you can, like... I understand if you don't want to have your humans conquering and settling inside those orc cities, because orc cities probably dirty and shit. So I hope you can at least raise the city and then recolonize it to be a human city again, or vice versa if you want to recolonize a city to be a dwarf city or whatever, or a vampire city. And that sounds weird. I don't like them putting limits on what you can conquer. That's very anti-Total War. But we'll see how that turns out when the game comes out. And that's about it for the Warhammer campaign walkthrough video. Some interesting things I haven't seen before. I never really got a good look at the map before. That's interesting. It's just one big blob of mass. Some water, probably not gonna do much naval stuff. I could really see the Attila influences in this game, and that's a very good thing. When the game was first announced, I was worried that it wasn't going to be very Total War-y. I was worried the game was gonna be like completely changed, and it was almost gonna be nothing like Total War, and it was gonna be some new Warhammer thing. But no, this is considering how Total War Arena turned out. Arena, some kind of, I don't know, MOBA or whatever that was. It wasn't really Total War, and I was afraid something weird was gonna happen with Warhammer. But no, this is just a Total War game with a new fantasy setting. I would rather have a historical setting. I'm sure we'll get that next time, but this time we have Warhammer, and I still am interested in getting it. Even if there are conquest limits, I want to test it out, see how all that goes. And who knows, maybe you can mod it. And that will be great. Total War Warhammer releases April 28, 2016, and that is it for today's Uploaded. I'm your graphics rogue, and subscribe to the channel if you want more Total War Warhammer news and videos. Peace.